Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right. The overall energy of today's reading is the Magician. Wow. Conscious manifesting, conscious creation. All right, so what does the viewer need to know about conscious creating right now? What would be helpful? All right, oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, one of those readings. Got to make more room here. A lot of people just showed up. We've got King of Swords in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, Queen of Cups upright with her back turned. So there's a pair here. And then Eight of Pentacles reverse and Queen of Wands reverse with her back turned. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, Magician, conscious manifesting, and we've got the King of Swords in reverse. Everybody's got their back turned. So, King of Swords, King of Cups, both reversed with their back turned. Queen of Wands, her back turned reversed. Queen of Cups, back turned, but not reversed. She's the only one upright. I get the feeling that all of these characters aren't talking to each other. King of Swords reverses someone very manipulative, controlling a narrative. Wow. Moon reverse, Eight of Wands reverse. So there's someone, King of Swords reverse, very manipulative, weaponizes communication, lies, deceives. Yeah, this person's has no integrity. They're very stuck. They're in their subconscious, unconscious, a lot of emotions coming out. See if we can get a little closer to who this is. Who's the King of Swords in reverse? How can we identify the King of Swords in reverse? Okay. So, to help you identify who the King of Swords in reverse is, we've got karmics, third parties, haters, lesson learned, suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Definitely with the moon reverse, there's that's that suffering in silence type of energy. Hidden, suffering in silence, moon card, hidden emotions. It feels like they can't even keep them in anymore. They're coming to the surface. I feel like this person's been lying to themselves, repressing their emotions. They're so miserable. This is someone who definitely a hater. I think they're in the process of learning a lesson. All right, so they're stuck. They're unhappy. They're in lesson. Feels like nothing's going. Life's difficult. Exhausted, emotional. All right, so that's the King of Swords in reverse is energy. The King of Cups in reverse. Who's the King of Cups in reverse? Emotionally immature, can't handle emotions. Who's this? Ooh, boy, they're miserable too. Star reverse and Three of Pentacles. Star reverse, hopeless. These are major arcanas coming out with these cards, as in the King of Swords in reverse, Moon, major arcana card. Something hidden coming to light. And the King of Cups in reverse is someone very unhealed. With Three of Pentacles, it could be someone you work with. Boy, the King of Cups in reverse feels like someone that does not know how to process. They don't know how to heal. They don't know how to mature. They don't know how to use their emotions, how to work through their emotions. Feels like they get other people to do this labor for them, to carry their emotional burdens. Boy, they're miserable too. This is a why are they so miserable? Ooh, this person's very insecure. They're rushing to all sorts of okay, this is what emotionally immature people do. Who do I blame? Who do I blame for how I'm feeling, right? When you mature emotionally, you realize that your emotions are yours. Yours to process, yours to feel. Someone else might trigger or activate your emotions, but that's not on that other person. It's still your responsibility as a mature human being to heal your own emotions, to be responsible for how you're feeling. This person's very immature and in their feels unhealed, and so they need someone to blame for how they're feeling. This is someone very insecure. Their insecurity just it's a problem. Feels like this person needs someone else to heal them, heal their emotions. It looks like they're having an issue with some type of success that's not their own. Whose success are they looking at? Someone they used to bully is having a glow up. Is that you? It feels like it might be you, viewer. This King of Cups in reverse feels like they're having a challenge right now. Are you having a glow up, a success? And they can't stop you. They can't control how you're acting. They can't control how people are perceiving you. Oh, beautiful. I got another. So this is emotionally immature. They don't know how, they blame others for how they feel. This person, when they feel miserable, they bully people. Maybe they bullied you in the past to make themselves feel better. When they would feel some type of emotional ache, pain, frustration, instead of processing it, dealing with it in a mature way, they would project that blame onto you, onto anyone else. I feel like you know this person. This might be an ex, with the King and Queen of Cups showing up. An ex who bullied you, and that's how they were raised to deal with emotions. I'm feeling some way. You're here. You're to blame. Blah, blah. And then they can walk away. And now you're feeling all their emotions and upset and confused and and having to process through their bullying, it's very confusing. So this is an emotionally immature person. It looks like with everybody's backs turned that you're not talking to this person. I think you're the Queen of Cups with your back turned. You're focusing on healing yourself, being your most authentic version, maturing emotionally. You definitely couldn't mature in a connection with this person because they're just toxic. This person, it even feels like they would belittle emotions and poo-poo them, but they are being overwhelmed by their emotions. You're not around. They don't have someone to bully, to take on their emotions. What do we need to know about the Queen of Cups? Tower reversed. I think in the past you used to be in fix-it mode. Fix-it mode with this person, the King of Cups in reverse. Doesn't feel like you're fixing any longer. Wow, the Hermit card's trying to come out. I feel like a lot of you have separated from this person and have stopped fixing. That's why they're showing up in this reading. You're showing up. You've gone your own direction. Stopped fixing your bully. All right, something's not working or someone's not working with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Let me see who's... Feels like a lot of people in this. It feels like the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse. We haven't even gotten to her. Are having financial difficulties. Something's not working. Who's the Queen of Wands in reverse? How would the viewer... Five of Pentacles. That's what I was saying. I think the Queen of Pentacles... or the Queen of Wands in reverse is having some financial difficulties. This might be a toxic feminine, toxic family member. Like a mother. Who's Sun reversed? A lot of unhappiness here, lack of clarity. Anything else that would help us identify? Feels like you are protected from this person, from all of these energies. You're standing your ground. Whoever this Queen of Wands in reverse is, it feels like they're not seeing things the same way you do. They're kind of trapped in their own belief system. You're protected. So why is this coming up in today's reading around Magician? Why are we seeing a whole reading in the overall energy? Why? What do we need to know? Okay. This emotionally immature person wants you to let your guard down because they're having financial difficulties. They're trying to get back into your energy, trying to spark something with Ace of Wands and Lover's energy. They're unapologetic, so they're not wanting to discuss anything about the past or their behavior, but they're having financial difficulties. They don't have resources. Um, I'm not seeing the King of Swords in reverse. I'm not quite sure if that's someone specifically. I don't recognize that energy. It could be the King of Cups in reverse is also embodying the King of Swords in reverse. They're in such a miserable way. They're so unhealed. They don't have anyone, they don't have you, they don't have anyone around that they can blame and who will take on their emotional burden. And so they're suffering in silence, and they're suffering under the weight of their emotions. They're stuck. They've got third parties, this person is very stuck. And it feels like they want to come in and see if you'll go back into that fix-it mode. If you'll take on what's theirs to fix. And then there's also a toxic feminine family member who's also, it feels like there's also financial issue here. Lack of joy. Let's keep going. I'm not seeing why the Magician is in the overall energy. Let me get a full deck of cards. Boy. I haven't even left we're almost 17 minutes now into this reading. We're still in the first overall energy, and it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of people. I don't get what the Magician is about. Conscious manifesting. Okay. 5 of Pentacles reverse, 2 of Cups reverse. I think you've consciously uncoupled. That's okay. Whew, thank goodness. Okay, this is conscious uncoupling. Purposeful breaking up. It looks like this person, this King of Cups in reverse, and even this family member, that toxic feminine energy, it feels like what I'm tuning into here is you're no longer abandoning yourself to be in relationships. Feels like the toxic feminine might have been the one in your family of origin who taught you to abandon yourself, to not care for yourself, to not love yourself, devalued you. And then you went into a romantic relationship or relationships where you were bullied. And that might have felt pretty normal because that's how you were treated in your family of origin. And so it felt somewhat normal to abandon yourself and chase, fix, please, try to please everybody. And it looks like you created a conscious ending. Like I'm wanting to end this way of relating to others, of being the fix-it person, of abandoning yourself to be in a connection. Whew. Okay, so that's the overall energy of today's reading. The hidden blessing is the 7 of Pentacles. Is that the golden goose? I don't know what fairy tale this is. Okay, but what I'm getting is where you're focusing on, it's growing. Oh. I get the feeling, viewer, that whatever you focus on grows. And so when you abandon yourself and focus on others Feels like that's how you've been raised to believe what your job is in a relationship. To abandon yourself and focus all your beautiful energy. I don't know if you realize how beautiful your energy is. I think you were devalued and made to not see your own worth and value. So you would give your energy away. So you would center others and just nurture and care and not receive any care back. Abandon yourself. And I think the hidden blessing here is realizing how blessed you are. Wait a minute. If whatever I focus on grows, then I need to be mindful about what I'm focusing on. I'm not going to focus on fear. I don't want that to grow. I'm not going to focus on worry. I don't want that to grow. I'm going to focus on the things that make me happy, that I'm interested in, like the truth. Ace of Swords. That's the truth. And the more dedicated to the truth it is, no matter which way it cuts, even if it doesn't make you out to be, even if the truth is not pleasing to you, it's the truth. It feels like you are very much in allegiance with the truth, which is a beautiful blessing. And that you've cut out those who are immature. And that's been difficult. It sounds easy the way I make it sound. Oh, you just cut out those people. But there's a lot of emotions, disappointment. So much disappointment here. Realizing that you were hoodwinked, kind of programmed to not see your own value, to not invest in yourself, to keep investing. It feels like people were taking advantage of your insecurities, of your unhappiness, and then blaming you for being unhappy. It's like you can't win. I don't think you were ever meant to. I think people have taken advantage of this abandonment wound, you abandoning yourself. And it looks like you're consciously deciding to heal from this. And the blessings you have is realizing how beautiful your energy is, and wherever your focus is, that grows. And you've got this energy of the truth as a blessing. And it's difficult to walk away. There's a lot of emotions. That just keeps coming up. There's a lot of emotions to process. For the first time, maybe, you're not processing other people's emotions. You're processing your own emotions. There's a lot of maturity, a lot of growth pains in your emotional space. Being able to understand your emotions, sit with them, realize that you are not your emotions, but you are feeling them. And it's important to express your emotions, to feel them without the story, without blame. The more I have learned to just take responsibility, radical accountability for all that I'm feeling, then that allows me to get the use out of the emotions. Once you process through emotions and just sit with the discomfort, get curious, where am I feeling this? I'm feeling this kind of in my hips and my rib cage, bottom of my rib cage. So it feels like very intense emotions. I'm just sitting with, getting curious, where are they? What are the feelings I'm feeling? A little despair, a little frustration, rage, unexpressed rage, resentment for doing all of this labor, emotional labor for others, and then being treated poorly, then being mistreated. All right, moving on to what you're leaving behind. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this was not your happily ever after. This person, that possible spouse, I think you thought that was your happily ever after. And so you spent all that time and care and attention doing the emotional labor of being responsible for someone else's emotions. Once you realize that, oh, we're never going to get through this and on to something better. We're never going to get to the happily ever after. This relationship is working for the family of origin and the romantic relationship. You doing the emotional labor is the relationship working. There's this belief that eventually we'll get through this and we'll get past that. Nope, that is the relationship working. Them being able to bully you. They don't want to mature. They don't want to take accountability for their actions. They want to Peter Pan. They want to be a kid forever, and they want you just to fix it and love them. And there's a lot of gaslighting, manipulation to get you to, they're playing on your woundedness and your insecurities. Feels like they could come in very quickly and wound you and then make you feel responsible for being wounded. Like, what's wrong with you that you're so emotional? Oh my God, you're exaggerating. Oh my gosh, it's not that bad. What's wrong with it? You can't. You can't reach them because they don't want to be reached. It's not that you lack the communication skills. It's not that you're doing anything incorrectly. You're just asking for equity, equality, and they don't want that. They don't want it. They've got someone to do the labor for them. I think once you realize that's not what you wanted, that's not the relationship you signed up for and you said you were, then it looks like you mature. Wow. When you leave this relationship behind you, King of Cups upright, you mature. You can't mature within this connection, though, because you're with someone just allergic to responsibility. They don't want to grow. They don't want to mature. They just want you to continue to do the labor. They want to feel good. They want to feel good. And if they're not feeling good, you're the problem. It's like they really do believe that you need to make them happy. You can't you can't convince them. This is working. This past relationship, you being bullied, miserable, that was the relationship working. Jeez. All right, how to get the most of this energy. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. A lack of discernment. Lies. What do we need to know about this Queen of Swords in reverse energy? How to get the most of this energy is a lack of inner discernment. The Queen of Swords in reverse is challenged by the Eight of Wands. That's the King of Swords in reverse, and the overall also had the Eight of Wands in reverse. Excuse me. It's making me think that this might be a similar energy here. Someone who's suffering in silence. Who is this Queen of Swords in reverse? The Hierophant in reverse. Broken contract. A break from tradition. This way of operating where your spouse isn't your partner and someone you care about, but becomes someone you bully. This feels covert, behind closed doors. Feels like it allows this person to, it enables this person to never mature emotionally, to not have to do any of the work, any of the labor, and they get buffered. It feels like you take care of them, uplift them, heal them, chronically heal them. But there's no maturity, there's no growth. It feels like this might be the way their family operates is this way. Someone gets to be the boss in the family, and then it feels like they're just cruel to their partner who just tolerates it and takes it. 10 of one, who's burdened by the emotions. I think how to get the most of this energy is realize that this doesn't work. I don't want to do this. And instead of trying to stay and fix it and convince this person to not have a relationship this way, I don't think you can convince this person. I think it is working. It's working for them. They don't want to grow. They don't want to put in the work and the effort. So you can't convince them. I think the only way is to break the contract, to end the connection, because they just refuse. Yeah, and do it with caution. Say less. This is the kind of person that's just emotionally immature. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke them. Don't incite them. Say less as you leave. Conscious uncoupling. This whole reading, Magician, the overall energy is a conscious uncoupling. And so say less. Don't say, oh, I got you. I see what this is. What. They're not going to be able to hear you. They're going to weaponize it against you. I think how to get the most of this energy is just realizing what you've been in and get out. Get out. That this is to let go of this burden of this relationship, to be tactical. Be smart about this. Head over heart. It's time to think tactically. Feels like you have been very kind and sweet, and you might have a little bit of learned helplessness. It's what I'm seeing here, how to get the most of it is say less. Don't share what you're going to do with this person. Don't share anything. Don't let them know that you've figured this out. This is not your friend. All right. What's supporting you? Is that the Four of Wands? Yeah, Four of Wands. Happiness, celebration. The more you walk away from this energy, the more you heal from this, the more you heal within and deny access, the happier you'll be, the more energy you'll have. There's an exhaustion of being connected with someone who is having you do mental, emotional labor, spiritual labor, other labor. Okay, what do we need to know about what's supporting the viewer? What would be helpful? 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm getting, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a bit for you to feel that happiness. But it's going to take the time it's going to take to heal. Feels like following your highest excitement, being tactical. Do not share anything with this person or this toxic feminine energy from your family of origin. That's my suggestion. You do what you want. Stop investing your time and energy on them. Stop focusing on them, which is going to take some time because there's addictions and obsessions and codependency type of energies here. So it's going to take some time to get this person decentered and center yourself, center what you want in this world, what you're interested in. It's going to take some time, and that's okay. You're okay right where you are every step of the way, reminding yourself, I'm right where I need to be. There's nothing wrong with where I am. There's no rush. I'm processing out. I'm consciously uncoupling and creating new me. All right. What to be mindful of is the wise old man. So this is the Emperor reversed. Okay. Yeah, this person is not wise. They're very controlling. Wisdom comes from your emotions. When you process through your emotions, when you are willing to feel your emotions and sit with them and understand them, on the other side of those uncomfortable feelings, when you've processed our wisdom, you can't teach wisdom. That's why old wise man in reverse. Because experience and learning how to process emotions gives you so much experience, and you can't teach it. You can't teach that wisdom. But because this person is allergic to emotions and does not know how to process emotions, doesn't care about emotions other than weaponizing and wounding others through their unhealed wounds. So this is a very controlling person. Manipulative, no wisdom, no accountability. They're insecure. True leaders are confident and they know how to empower the people that work with them. So all ships on the rising tide, something like that. That's a confident leader, empowering those around them. This is someone who needs to be viewed as the leader. I'm the boss. I'm the king. And if you have to shout it, if you have to demand it, then you've already lost. And this person is trying to control everyone in their environment. Control the narrative. Control you. Control how they feel a bit lost. And it feels like the longer you follow them, the more you're kind of in that lost energy. There's a need to protect yourself. 7 of Wands. What would be helpful are mantras like, I am divinely protected. I'm divinely guided. And then also creating healthy boundaries from this energy. To consciously leave this type of energy. You don't want to piss them off. You don't want to inflame their ego. This is someone scary, unhealed. So just let them win whatever they're saying, leaving, creating distance. The less said, the better. 7 of Swords. Just don't share anything with this person. creating healthy boundaries. They're not going to like it. It feels like this person is inflamed, enraged at times. If they can't have access to you, if you take control over if you have autonomy and decide, this person, it feels like they're unpredictable, irrational. So you don't want to poke the bear. I just keep getting that. Don't inflame them. Don't tell them you're right. Don't. Just safely exit. Heal. Feels like getting a safe distance from this energy until you're separated, until you're divested, you're in different places. Ooh, moon reversed. Feels like the longer you create separation, the further along you go, the more you'll be able to see. If you're trying to see and analyze everything from inside the connection, you're not going to be able to see it. There are things you're not going to be able to perceive about what happened until you are a different version of yourself that's stronger, that's more confident, that's got some distance between this person and you. Then you'll really start seeing more and more about what was going on. A lot of clarity will come out. And then you can go towards your true 10 of Pentacles, your true happily ever after, and work towards that. This feels like you were hoodwinked into believing that this connection would lead to your happily ever after, but instead they got you hooked into being scapegoated, being bullied. Yeah, there's a false illusion that this person felt very comfortable. Specific message. This feels like there's a message when you were dating this person, maybe early on, and it feels like you said something like third parties, like are a deal breaker. Maybe this person was dating a lot of people when you first met them, and you said, yeah, I'm just not interested in that. Feels like part of what you learn is it's not that they stopped dating other people and chose you. It's that they kept it secret. That's one thing that might be coming out. The other is this person just projects all their negativity, what they can't have about themselves, onto others. And it feels like that's what they did constantly. What they can't have, you're to blame. They need someone to blame because they have no accountability. And it feels like they have no appreciation. They have no value in you. And for a lot of you, it feels like, boy, that's so painful. I feel like this person at some point when you're long gone will regret. There'll be some regret. It won't make you feel good. It feels like by the time this person regrets having treated you poorly, mistreated you, that you're long gone, that you don't care. It's too late. And that's why they feel the loss of you. When you finally heal on so many different levels. And this becomes someone you used to know. That Gautier song, just somebody you used to know, instead of just what it feels here, big, at times insurmountable. But it looks like this conscious manifesting does lead to your independence. So I'm going to do an extended reading. If this has been resonating, wow, 45 minutes. Gosh, this is a long reading. All right, I'm going to do an extended reading on Patreon. The link's in the description box below. I'll be looking at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. I hope this reading's been helpful for someone who's been wanting to consciously uncouple. So, all right, take care.